The city is in danger. It needs our help.
All of our help.
All right, well, call the play, coach.
Hi, my name is James Stevenson. I'm the community director at Insomniac Games. So we definitely knew we wanted to tell kind of the coming-of-age story of Spider-Man, a new coming-of-age story, but we didn't want to tell an origin story. So it's a 23-year-old Peter Parker. He's just out of university. He's got his first job, and it's kind of about what happens when you're out of university and you're trying to juggle, you know, this superhero life, but also your personal life and your work life all at the same time. John Bubniak. Our hope for the game was that it would be easy to pick up but difficult to master. So if you get really good at it, you're able to get through the city really fast and with a lot of precision, which is required by some of the later challenges. If you get really good at the combat, you're able to do it stylishly and kind of however you want. But you know, hopefully anyone can pick up the game and feel like a superhero when they do. It's a huge, it's the biggest open world we've ever built. It's like 4 or 5 times larger than Sunset Overdrive. You can go from the financial district all the way up to Harlem. There's city streets, they're populated, there's pedestrians, there's traffic, there's all sorts of activities as you go through the game, and there's a lot of really great landmarks, both real life like Empire State, Chrysler Building, Grand Central Terminal, but also Marvel landmarks like the Wakandan Embassy and Avengers Tower. Yeah, you can get every single skill in the game if you go through and level Spider-Man all the way up. They're super important. Some of the best moves in the game and most critical moves in the game, we don't throw at you right away, but we let you unlock them with the skill points so that you kind of learn it. Like the swing kick is really, really important to juggle enemies and kind of connect your air combos, which is just absolutely critical. Well, that we revealed, I like the Velocity suit right now because it's brand new, and Adi Granov is amazing and did a sweet job with that. I mean, the advanced suit, it's hard for me to not say nice things about the advanced suit because I just love it. It's kind of a new classic, I think. But you know, there is something about Spider-Punk, especially when you like unleash your electric guitar and jam and all the enemies go flying. It's really, really cool. So the swing kick I mentioned before, I love the swing kick. It's just super, super useful and powerful. I really love webbing. I love using the webs. If you don't use them right, it makes the game harder. But whenever you knock an enemy down, just like a couple taps of the web will put them down for good and web them down to the ground, or you can get enemies up against the wall. The web tripwire is really fun to throw up on the wall and then juggle an enemy up into the air and they get slammed back into the air. So it's really fun to me to see where I can web enemies up, and yeah, those are some of my favorite moves. Also, triangle is always important because it lets you close the distance between enemies. Stealth is an option, so there'll be some times where you need to be stealthy for certain reasons, but we tried to always make it so that if you want to start approaching something by setting up traps for enemies and picking some of them off, there's a lot of situations where you can thin the herd out quite considerably. And then there's sometimes where you are either need to be stealthy because there's a hostage or something, or you're playing a character like MJ who's much, much more vulnerable than, say, Spider-Man is, and she needs to rely on stealth at times. You know, I don't have like an hour time for you because it like varies so much with our playtesters, and we're still kind of doing the final tuning on the game, but depends on how much side stuff you do. But even if you do a very minimal amount of side stuff, it's still a pretty a good length of story, and we think gamers will be happy with it. To everyone in Southeast Asia, it's awesome to come visit. I think it's the first time we've ever done a preview tour from Insomniac to Southeast Asia, so it's great to be here. It's really cool to be in Kuala Lumpur. I've never been to Malaysia before. We hope everyone's really excited for the game coming out. We've seen a lot of comments from people on our social media, and we hope that after you play the game, you'll tell us what you think on social media. So thank you very much for all of your support, and please play the game on September 7th.